हेलो एवरीबॉडी। अगर आप फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम चाहते हो, अगर आप वेल्थ क्रिएट करना चाहते हो, यू कम टू द राइट प्लेस। आप सही जगह पे आए। वेलकम टू फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम विद प्लैनेट वेल्थ यूट्यूब एंड यू फेसबुक लाइव। आज की इस वीडियो में लाइव में हम बात करने वाले हैं इस मिड कैप फंड की एनालिटिक्स हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं और वी विल ट्राई टू आंसर क्वेश्चंस व्हिच इज इन देयर इन द हेड्स ऑफ द इन्वेस्टर्स लाइक यू कि एक्सिस मिड कैप कैसा है, मिड कैप कैटेगरी में कैसा है, उसकी परफॉर्मेंस हिस्ट्री क्या है, उसकी परफॉर्मेंस कंसिस्टेंट है कि नहीं, और शुड यू इन्वेस्ट इनटू दिस काइंड ऑफ फंड और नॉट। ये जो क्वेश्चंस इन्वेस्टर के दिमाग में रहते हैं उसकी आज आंसर लेने की कोशिश इस वीडियो के थ्रू हम करने वाले हैं। आई एम ब्रिजेश परिक, father of two lovely kids, husband to a loving woman. I am an edupreneur, now turned into a wealth coach, and I am on a mission to help 1 lakh families like yours to live a financially worry-free life and achieve financial freedom during your life. तो मेरे इसी मिशन को आगे बढ़ाते हुए चलिए देखते हैं कि एक्सिस मिड कैप फंड मिड कैप कैटेगरी में आपके लिए क्या लेके आ रहा है। सो ये जो एक्सिस मिड कैप फंड है उसकी जो इन्वेस्टमेंट स्ट्रेटेजी है उसको समझने की कोशिश हम करते हैं। Axis Midcap Fund, better known as AMF, is mandated to invest minimum 65% of its assets in the midcap stocks, which is stock number 101 to 250 from the market capitalization perspective, are termed as the midcap stocks. It aims to select larger midcap companies that are flexible, innovative, and have high growth potential along with the proven mettle of its management and capacity for liquidity. Axis as a mutual fund house is biased towards paying long-term growth stories and holds stocks with a long-term view. Over the past few years, the fund house has strengthened quality check measures and tightened its risk management processes as well as the approval process. Moreover, the fund manager also restructured the portfolio of the fund to have a sharper focus. The results could be clearly seen in the fund's performance registers over the past 3 to 5 years. Following a combination of the top-down and bottoms-up approach of stock picking, Axis Midcap Fund invests in a fairly diversified portfolio of 50 to 55 stocks, limiting exposure to single stocks within the 5% mark. So, through the bottom-up stock picking, the fund house is focusing on company fundamentals and ignores the broad macroeconomic trends. Although Axis Midcap Fund follows a buy and hold investment strategy, it is agile in its approach and does not hesitate to churn a small portion of its portfolio to capture attractive opportunities in the mid-cap segments. Now let's look at the return. ट्रेलिंग रिटर्न अगर हम उसके ऊपर नजर डालें तो मिड कैप फंड्स आर टिपिकली ओवर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, ये लंबी अवधि के लिए फंड होते हैं. सो लेट्स लुक एट द 7-year पीरियड. You can see the fund has performed better than the index, which is S&P BSE 150 Mid Cap Total Return Index. Over a period of 7 years, 7-year के टाइम होराइजन ने फंड ने 19.52% रिटर्न दिया है, इंडेक्स ने 18.99 दिया है और इक्विटी मिड कैप एवरेज 17.77. 5-year के horizon पे देखें तो the fund has given 22.35%, the index has given 17.97%, whereas equity mid cap has given 17.5%. और 3 साल के पीरियड के horizon पे बात करें तो fund has given 27.73, the S&P BSE 150 mid cap TRI index has given 23.50, and the equity mid cap category average is 23.54. You can see that fund is consistently beating its benchmark as well as the average of the category. Now let's look at the peer comparison. So here the top consistent performing fund among the mid cap: Axis, Kotak, DHP mid cap, Nippon India, and PGIM India mid cap opportunities. You can see that 5-year period it has given better than all the 5 funds. Over a 3-year period, only PGIM India mid cap has given better than the Axis mid cap, and over a 1-year period also the 2 funds has given better returns. 3 funds have given better returns than the Axis mid cap. Or from the expense ratio perspective, it is second lowest in the funds which 5 funds which we are comparing in this video. So the lowest is PGIM and the second lowest is 0.49% expense ratio the Axis mid cap fund is having. and it is having the assets of 14,804 crore of assets, which is the second largest in the category, right? If you look at the volatility of the fund, let's look at the best and worst performance of the fund. On a weekly basis, it has given 12.15% returns during the weekly period of 15 May 2014 to 22nd May 2014, but also given minus 15.55% return on a weekly basis during the 16 March 2020 to 23 March 2020. On a monthly basis, the best performance was 24.27% during 7 May 2014 and 6 June 2014. And given worst performance was minus 29.36 during the 20 Feb 2020 to 23 March 2020. On a quarterly basis, the best performance was 40.12% during the period of 21 Feb 2014 to 23 May 2014. And worst performance was minus 23.29% during the period of 23 December 2019 to 23 March 2020. On a yearly basis, its best performance was 102.67% during the period of 3 September 2013 to 3 September 2014, and the worst performance on a yearly basis was minus 15.48 during the 27 February 2015 to 29 February 2016. So you can understand the best and worst performance, which gives you a broader idea of what sort of volatility you should expect from this kind of fund. Let's look at the portfolio. So it has 93.41% in the equity, and it is holding total 57 stocks, whereas the category average is 57.22. Right? It has 11.43% in large cap. It has 56.88% in the mid cap, and it is investing 11.12% in the small cap investment and 13.98% in the others. So the total number of stocks is 57. Top 5 stock weightage is around 18.88. Top 10 stocks weightage is around 30.79, and top 3 sector weightage is around 31.06. Right. So this is the portfolio structure of the thing. Now let's look at the top 10 stock holding of the fund as on 31st August 2021. Cholamandalam Investment and Finance Company Limited is having 4.24%, and a 1 month change is 0.35%, but the fund has increased the investment by 0.35% in the company. Coforge Limited having weightage of 3.95%, and the company has reduced it by 0.18% during the previous month. ICICI Bank has 3.74%. It is reduced by minus 0.06%. Pi Industries 3.57%, increased by 0.25% during previous month. Bajaj Finance 3.38, increased by 0.39%. HDFC Bank 3.32% weightage, increased by 0.12%. Astral Polytechnic Limited weightage is 3.23%, decreased by 0.3%. Crompton Greaves Consumer Electronics weightage is 3.31%, reduced by minus 0.34. Mindtree Limited 3.15%, increased by 0.49% in the previous month. And Gujarat Gas Limited is having weightage of 2.9%, which is decreased by 0.17%. So this is top 10 stock holdings as on 31st August 2021. Now let's understand the risk ratios. Now let's look at the standard deviation. Now standard deviation is the fund's performance in comparison to volatility, in comparison to its own returns. So the higher the standard deviation, higher the volatility, right? So the fund's standard deviation is 16.62 is the standard deviation, whereas the category is having 16.33 as average. So you can see that it is highly volatile, relatively highly volatile as compared to the category. Beta, it is also an indication of high volatility. Higher is higher risky. So you can see that it is also having high beta as compared to category. The fund's beta is 0.74, whereas the category beta is 0.71%. Now let's look at the return ratios. Sharp ratio, which is an indication of better risk adjusted returns. Lower is better, right? So we can see that 1.02% is the Sharp ratio of the fund, and the category average 0.62%, which means the fund is giving better risk adjusted returns. 10 ratio, if we compare, the fund is having 0.23%, whereas the category average is 0.14%. And Jensen's alpha, the fund is delivering 8.58% alpha, whereas the category average is 4.06. So you can see that the fund is volatile, but it is also delivering the better return than the category averages. So now, what kind of investor should look into investing this Axis Midcap Fund? Suitability. Axis Midcap Fund focuses on high quality liquid and larger midcap stocks that provide the fund an advantage of quick liquidation of the portfolio in case of withdrawal. Although Axis Midcap Fund is an aggressive growth-oriented midcap fund, it avoids taking momentum bets and focusing on high-quality stocks over a longer period of time. Even though AMF has been tend to turn its portfolio, it has shown a lot of patience with many of its quality stocks and sectoral bets, which have paid off its investor in due course. Such approach may work in favor of the fund in the long run. The current fund manager, Mr. Shreyas Devalkar, has done well in terms the fortune of the fund's turnaround. Axis Midcap Fund is suitable for aggressive investors looking to earn capital appreciation over the long term from quality midcap stocks. So if you are an aggressive investor, you can look into this Axis Midcap Fund for a longer time horizon. While the fund is among the top consistent fund, but I would suggest you, मैं आपको एक recommend करूंगा कि आप अपनी asset allocation को देख लीजिए, और आइडियली एसेट एलोकेशन में मिड कैप और स्मॉल कैप की रेशियो मिला के 25 से 30% से ज्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए अगर आप एग्रेसिव इन्वेस्टर हो तो, राइट. सो दिस इज हाउ दिस एक्सिस मिड कैप फंड इज परफॉर्मिंग एंड व्हाट इज इन इनटू इट, जो आपके लिए इन्वेस्टर के लिए लेके आ रहा है, उसके बारे में आज की ये छोटी सी वीडियो में हमने बात की है. आई होप ये वीडियो आपको हेल्पफुल होगी. अगर आपको ये इस तरह की आपकी पैसे को रखने की और बढ़ाने की अगर वीडियो और कंटेंट को कंज्यूम करना चाहते हैं तो आप मेरी यूट्यूब चैनल को लाइक कर सकते हो और बेल आइकन को क्लिक कर लिए, सो दैट जैसे ही इस तरह की वीडियो अपलोड करूंगा यू विल रिसीव ए नोटिफिकेशन. आप मेरे ब्लॉग्स भी पढ़ सकते हैं planetwealth.in और blog.planetwealth.in पे जाके, वहाँ पे कुछ वीडियोस भी है. देयर इज अ गुड थर्ड पार्टी पर्सनल फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी वेबसाइट moneycraft.com, वहाँ पे भी जाके आप अपनी पर्सनल फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी बढ़ा सकते हैं. आप मेरे फेसबुक पेज प्लेनेट वेल्थ से भी जुड़ सकते हैं, या तो मेरे फेसबुक ग्रुप फाइनेंशियल वेलबींग से भी जुड़ सकते हैं. और द बेस्ट वे टू कनेक्ट विथ मी इज टू स्टोर माय मोबाइल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9328190022 एस प्लेनेट वेल्थ, एंड देन सेंड मी मैसेज, ऐड मी, अपना नाम लिख के व्हाट्सएप मैसेज भेज दीजिए, सो दैट आई वुड ऐड योर नंबर इनटू दी my financial literacy broadcast group, so that you will keep on notification for the content, valuable content like this when I create. तो आपको ये नोटिफिकेशन मिलते रहेंगे और आप अपनी फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी बढ़ा के अपनी फाइनेंशियल वेलबींग अचीव कर पाओ. तो आई होप आज की वीडियो आपको अपनी इन्वेस्टिंग जर्नी को आगे बढ़ाने में हेल्प करेंगी. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो एंड सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. May God shower abundant wealth to you. Thank you.